Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video started off as a ColourPop haul, but then I realized I have other new stuff, or maybe I just have one other brand. I don't know. This video will therefore be a get ready with me trying new products. The main product I wanted to try on here was the Jouer High Coverage Concealer, the Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. And funny story, I used their shade finder questionnaire on the website to figure out what shade will be best. I picked bronze based on their answer, and when I got bronzed in the mail, that shade was so light. It surprised me as to how off it was from what I saw on my skin versus what I read in the shade description. Bronze is medium to tan skin with neutral undertones, and I should have went with Nutmeg. It's the next shade down from there, which is tan skin with warm golden undertones. I underestimated how warm I still was because I felt I didn't have my tan anymore. I'm lighter. I'm still not medium light. No. Oh, light change. I wasn't the smartest consumer because they do have an area in the foundation section where you can just get the samples sent to your home. You don't have to order anything off their website. You can just ask for the whole sample cards to be sent to your home, try on all the shades or whatever range you want to try, and then you can choose your foundation from there. I did order the lippy set, the holiday set from Jouer, and with that holiday set, I did ask to be sent all the samples, all the shades, and each shade range comes with the card, and it breaks down what the shades are. Sorry, this is so bright. It breaks down what the shades are, what the undertones are, so I thought I would try it on here again on camera with you guys to figure that out. And based on this, I think Nutmeg is my best match because Nutmeg did come in with bronze when I order it. So let's tear off Nutmeg. This little guy right here. The next one down is Cafe, which is dark skin with golden red undertones. And I thought that would have been too dark, but then Walnut is dark skin with neutral yellow to olive undertones. Maybe I'll do a little mix. How about that? This is Nutmeg, which looks pinky on my hand. And this is Walnuts. I feel like those mixed together, but it probably will be a little too dark. So I'm going to just go in with Walnut first. Excuse me, Nutmeg. I'm gonna go with Nutmeg first. I've seen a lot of reviews on this foundation, and each and every time I see them, they always suggest the least amount. I mean, because this is supposed to be high coverage, and a lot of people who use this foundation only use like half a pump. I think my beauty blender was wet enough, and I don't think I used enough foundation. Yeah, because it dried too fast. Yep, I shouldn't have done that. Abort. Okay, first of all, we're gonna use... So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it on the beauty blender directly. Then from there, we'll go in. Well, in terms of whether the shade is good or not, I think this is the right one. Walnut, I feel, would have been too dark on me. Maybe that would have been a good shade over the summertime. Another concern that was tied with this foundation was the fact that it sold for under an ounce of product, and typically foundations are always sold for an ounce at least, and this I think is like 0.68 ounces. But the fact that you have to use so little at one time, I think balances it out, that you won't use the same amount of foundation from the Jouer that you would with another formula, a formula that maybe comes as 1 ounce. It's not going to run out fast on you because you will use so little for one application. I think the amount I put on my beauty blender just now was less than one pump, I believe. What do we think? I mean, that's some nice coverage. I did have to apply a little bit of my Malaya oil because I did a video, wiped it off, but I thought my skin was very dry and I knew this was going to be high coverage and matte, and that's why I pressed a little bit of oil, just 2 drops, so my skin didn't look patchy underneath this foundation. Like how this looks so far, and of course the other factor in figuring out whether we like a foundation or not is its lasting power, how it keeps, how it breaks down, if it breaks down. I'm looking in the mirror here and I can see how it potentially can get gnarly. Because right here, if you apply too much, it could look textured. And that's why I went in with a sponge. Because, did I say beauty blender? This is a Morphe sponge. I'm sorry. I don't know if I said that in the beginning of this video. Because if I would have used a brush, I think I would have needed more product to be picked up. Because this right here, I know it's hard to see. I don't know if it's hard to see, but right here looks a little textured. And it's probably because I didn't put in my pore refining primer on. I just put in a little, the Fenty Beauty no pore, but I feel like I need a little more pore hiding. I don't have any new concealer or powder, so I'll be right back to apply that and we'll be back with new product trying on things. I applied the Rainforest of the Sea concealer in medium tan honey for under the eyes, and I also went in with my Becca Cosmetics bronzer in Ipanema Sun, set with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Compact in number 7, because I feel it's still light enough to set this foundation without looking too cakey, but we'll see. I am a loser and purchased so many ColourPop eyeshadow palettes. I have their Had Me at Hello, their Golden State of Mind, their Semi Precious, Element of Surprise, their My Little Pony, the All I See Is Magic, and the Dusk Till Dawn. I went so crazy. It was like every palette they launched was, I want that, I want that. I know they're only $16, but $16 adds up. It adds up. I can't help it because I love ColourPop's eyeshadow formula, and at its price point, I can't ignore. I just can't ignore them. Let me know if you want to see an individual tutorial video with any of these eyeshadow palettes, but because this is one makeup look, I think I use the My Little Pony because I've already applied All I See Is Magic, You Had Me at Hello, and Element of Surprise, and by far You Had Me at Hello is my favorite color arrangement out of the 5. The mauves, the warms, and the browns I think give such a beautiful smoky look for the day, and I have their black singles so I could really smoke it out for a sultry evening look if I wanted. This formula in this palette is a little more powdery than their others, but I work with it because, again, I know I how to finagle more or less and I can make it happen. I haven't used the My Little Pony, and I think this is the toughest one to navigate in terms of color story. It has random like pinks and then this blue, and then it's a lot to work with, and therefore let's see if we can make something happen. Going in with Flutterby, and I'll use that to set my crease because it's still a little tacky from the concealer. I'm gonna apply that right on the crease. Now with Applejack, I'm gonna work that in the crease to bring some color in. That's pretty. I'm not mad at this mauvey pink shade at all. I like how this is blending so far. It blends really nicely into the Flutterby shade that we went in with first. But this is why I like ColourPop shadows. They're effortless, they're easy to use, no drama. It's just easy. Then with Minty, I hope I'm getting these colors right because the way the color, the shade labels are listed here, it's like you have to flip it. And I don't know if I'm flipping it in the right direction, so I'm not sure. Well, that's a nice purpley pink shade. Okay. It's very, there's a lot of kickback in the pan. I'll show you. Like a ton. You see how it's getting into this shade already? But I expected that because typically ColourPop shadows are a little kickbacky. It's running that along the lower lash line, I think, to start winging this shadow out and start to blow out this color a little more. I'm taking my Smith 232 with that first beige shade we applied, and I'm starting to clean up my edges a bit more so they appear more gradient and don't have harsh lines. I'm also taking, I think it's called Applejack? Yes, that lighter mauve pink shade under the eye to blow out that deeper pink purple shade more. Okay, so here's the thing. The only deep shade, we have two. We have this purpley shade here and this teal shade. I know for sure that teal shade is going to look muddy if I apply that to my outer corners. And with that, I'll take the purpley shade instead and I'll start to build out my outer corner and crease. With my Sigma E25 and with this shade here, which is called it's called Twilight. Oh, okay. I think it's definitely not a matte shade. Is it a matte shade? I don't even know. Regardless though, I like how it's blending into the pink, so this is pretty much what I was looking for in terms of a defining shade out of this palette. Pick it for the outer lower lash line as well. I think I want to apply this shade to my inner lid as well because you know how I love my halos, but I also want this to be more smoky. I think it will create that effect. And I'm not getting, I did get a little bit of fallout here with the purple shade. And I don't know if I'm able to successfully sweep it away without it leaving color behind, because unfortunately I did not bake because I guess I was too trusting. But it's okay. We'll fix it. Blending out the edges with the purple and the pink so it could appear more gradient, more seamless. What do we think so far? It's very pinky purpley. I get it. I'm trying to make this happen. I'm trying to discover if My Little Pony, oh good, it swept away without leaving anything behind. Super. We're trying to see if My Little Pony can be wearable. Let's see. I could either go left field and use the warmer shimmer shades for my lid, or just stay within the color store that we're in and use this like duochrome purpley shade, because that's pretty. Maybe we'll just do that. That shade is called Sky Dancer. Oh, let's say appropriately named. I got absorbed by the Get Ready With Me vibes and totally forgot to mention this is a limited edition palette. Oh, that's nice. I believe this retails for $16. You guys, that's a pretty iridescent purple shade. I'm not mad at it at all. I love how it's applying. It melts right into that deeper purple shade really nicely. Man, I wanted to use these teal shades. Just so you can see quickly, this is, ooh, that's Princess Sparkle. This is Firefly. That's fun. And this is Snuzzle. This trio here, I feel you could make something fun happen on the lids, but I think we chose the pink purple color story, and we kind of need to stick to it because I feel if I go with those teal shades on my bottom lash line, it's just gonna be like, what are you doing? Where we lost you. We lost you. This is Blossom. That's nice. And I have here also Starshine. Those will look lovely together. I don't know where I can put these now though. Maybe I could put Blossom on my, just right between here. Let me take a pencil brush then. Still with Max Fix Plus. Punching Blossom right to the center of my lower lash line. That's pretty. I'm taking my pinky with the orange shade, Starshine, right over Blossom to give it a little more punch. And I think I'm still going to apply Sky Dancer, that purple shade, but now to the inner portion. Or maybe I'll do, you know what? X that. I'll take Minty instead with the pencil brush to the inner portion of my lash line. Some with my finger to brighten it up a bit more. What if we added a wing? I think a wing would kind of help the situation. I'll be right back. I applied some wing liner and lashes, and I think it kind of spruced it up a bit. And I like how this looks in person, I guess, better. Or no, I like how it looks on camera too. I was unsure of myself and my decisions, so forgive me if I was like a little uneasy on how this eye look was going to turn out. I'm excited that I could use my little pony as a daily look. I will totally wear this as a daily look because, again, I work in fitness. They're not too anal about my eyeshadow situation. Corporate, I don't know, probably not. And I'll come back here if you guys want to see how I finagle these shades. But this story right here works pretty well. I didn't use this very light gray matte shade, but there is a metallic shade here. It's called Bluebell. It's iridescent, and I'll put that on my inner corner. Oh, that's pretty. Duochrome, I think. Or no, is it just that color? I don't know, but I like it. I like it a lot. Get to the blush. I also bought new ColourPop blush. I still have them in their pans because I couldn't figure out where to put them. It's like I ran out of all my my Z palette space. I purchased Rom-Com and To the 10. I like To the 10 because it's a very warm pink, and Rom-Com it's like a coral peachy sitch. These, I believe, were $7 for the pan. And let's apply some of that. They're not super crazy pigmented, and I appreciate it because when it comes to blush, I want control over how this shows on my face. And if I want more, I'll go in with more. But to have so much on the first application it's like, whoa. That's kind of how I feel with the Viseart blush palettes. Although they're beautiful shades and they are pigmented, I have to use, like, I wouldn't be able to use this brush because although I did in one video, I will have to use a looser bristled brush just so I could get more of a diffused finish on my face. and not such a concentrated pack of color. I like ColourPop blushes for that reason. So if you're not into that and you're like, no, I want pigmentation on the first boom, then I understand. I also got their new highlighters. This is in the shade, or it doesn't even have, oh wait, no. It doesn't have the shade on here. Oh, it has a shade on the box. I think this is Taffy. If this is not Taffy, I'll put the right name on the screen. Sorry. I applied this earlier and I really like the effect. This is not your typical powwow highlighter. It's very soft and it has a pink shift to it. And I appreciate that because sometimes I don't want a highlighter that has a super metallic finish. I'm going to say it. I don't. But just watch when I apply this. I like that subtle glow. I like it. I like it when days I have that choice where I don't want to go super champagne, metallic, light gold. Because there are days like that. And sometimes I just want it to show as just a glow. Like a glow from within finish effect. And this definitely has that. If you want to see a highlighter with a little more punch, the My Little Pony collab in, what shade is this? I think it's called Stargazer or something like that. I'll again put the name on the screen. This has a peachy type of shift to it. And I love the shade. I love the shade. I could also put this higher on my cheekbones, but I apply the holiday one there, so I'm putting this on my cheeks. And then I usually like to go in and just buff it out so it could melt into my skin. I want to apply a fun lip color. I also purchased one of their trio sets from the Sephora collab, but I bought one of their glossy lips. I bought in Imagine and Believe Me, and I think Believe Me is really pretty. I wore Lazy in my the Main Choice Heavenly Halo video, if that's not up yet, but I will eventually wear it again because I love that color. Really metallic, not super sticky. It's a great holiday color. I want to apply one of these from the Dusk Till Dawn shade set. I think, I'll go in with Goodish. I feel it'll be a nice topper for our lid. Let me get you in a little closer. I've been really loving their Super Shock shadows. I forgot how fun they are to use. And I don't know, this is just oddly satisfying to touch. The texture of the shadow, it has a very bouncy texture to it. And it's easy to put a little glitz and glam without having to grab the glitter glue or whatever. So I'm going to punch that in. I'm putting it right over the wing liner. And it adds such a nice touch of light and sparkle to the look. But it's still within the same color story. What do you think? I love what that did. And if you want to get a little crazy on the lower lash line, let's see what color this set has that can match that arch shade. Ooh, how about this? This is in the shade Stargirl. A little bit of silver glitter in there. Oh, it's like I'm crying glitter. That's fun. I like what that did. Why not? Just add more glitter. It's fine. This, I think, also from the set, I want to apply to my inner corner, New Magic. This is a duochrome Super Shock. It looks white in the pan, but it applies, it has like a blue shift to it. Oh, that's pretty! Not gonna lie, kind of reminds me of the astral shade from Pat McGrath's Subliminal palette, Mothership palette. It has the same kind of blue shift effect. All right, friends, that's it. But first, let me spritz. Hold on, let me spritz. Thank you for joining me today on this impromptu get ready with me try on new products video. There were definitely some new products in here that I haven't tried on camera. The My Little Pony I tried on for the first time on camera, and I was happy to discover that I can create a daily friendly look with those shades. I did apply You Had Me at Hello and the other palettes. Let me know down below if you want to see a tutorial or demo using those colors. I did try the foundation a month ago or a month and a half ago, and I returned it because unfortunately I just did not see that you were able to order the whole line of samples for the foundation, and they were very nice in taking it back because that shade I could not salvage it. It was way too light, and now I saw that the Nutmeg shade worked very well, and I did have a Nutmeg sample that came with the foundation, and I tried it on for a couple of days, but I still wasn't sure if I loved it because I love my Hourglass Vanish stick. I love my Innisfree foundation, the finish of it, and again, I'm not so keen on making sure my foundation is high coverage. I really don't, that's not a priority for me in terms of foundation and what I look for in a foundation. I find if it leaves my skin looking like skin and not cakey and that I have makeup on, this I feel leaves me with, it shows that I do have makeup on. Like up close, I'm looking at myself in the mirror in front of me. It definitely looks like I have makeup on, and it might be a little too much. So I'm happy that I got the samples so I could play with the shades and find the right one, but I don't think I'll be purchasing the Jouer foundation because it's not something that I prioritize, and I have a lot of foundations that I love that don't make my skin look textured. I love this glossy lip. I know it's a lot with this look. A nude lip would have done just fine, but just for demo's sake, I thought I would slap it on and see how it look with the purple lips. And it goes without saying, I am a huge ColourPop fan. I love their shadows, the blendability, the pigmentation. Yes, there is a lot of kickback in a few of these palettes, especially You Had Me at Hello, which I found a lot of people on YouTube when I was searching for reviews on this thought it was very powdery and hard to blend. I used this twice and I didn't have any blending issues. It is powdery and you just have to kick off the excess from the brush, make sure you go in with a light hand, and I was fine. And the beautiful brown mauve-y look that I came up with using this palette, I fell in love, and that was one of my favorites. The element of surprise, it kind of reminds me of the My Little Pony where you have like these random colors situated in here. You have to be a little more strategic in how you apply these shades, but you could also come up with a really nice mauve look and this punch of pink color. But you have to be careful because some of these shades in this palette are not safe for the immediate eye area, and I guess they don't recommend that you apply this to the waterline or anywhere near your eyeballs, but you know, it is eyeshadow, so I don't know how careful you have to get, you know what I mean? I believe Opulent, Blank Canvas, this shade, and another one that Silk Streets, which is this shade. So this, and this were listed as not being eye safe for the immediate eye area, but I did apply those shades and I didn't run into any trouble. I don't remember if my eyes were especially itchy that day, but I will check back in with that if I feel that something's awry and not right. The Golden State of Mind, I saw Emily Noel review this palette and it was listed as her palette she could do without, and I agree because it's $26, and although it might be a bargain for how many shades you get in one palette, she explained it very well. You have a lot of shades that just look like duplicates of themselves in this palette, and perhaps there could have been more of a variety of shades with the same sparkly finish, because it is nice to have a full palette of shimmers and glitzy shadows, especially for myself because I have a bunch of mattes that I could apply these shadows with. But again, because you have so many of the same type of shades, it's hard to get excited in using this palette. So for instance, these are like 3 different shades that I just picked up, but they all look similar. Here's one, here's the other, and here's the other. You see, it's like, yeah, one that's goldy, but these look almost identical. So it's hard to be a little more creative when you're kind of limited with the shade range here. I wouldn't recommend buying this. I bought it because I saw it in store. I was excited. I swatched one color. I was like, oh my god, I have to buy it. That was a mistake. I'll use it because I have it, or maybe I'll give it away to one of my friends and just kind of show them how to use it if they don't have any shimmer shadows at all, so maybe that'll be more helpful to them. The Semi Precious I thought was the best piece out of the whole Sephora and ColourPop collection. These shimmer shades are ultra buttery. I mean, they remind me of Natasha Denona shimmers. Okay, that's saying a lot. Just to show a few shades, I'll pick up a few here. Look how smooth that looks. I mean, the texture on these shadows really blew me away. I knew ColourPop shimmers were soft and the pigmentation was great and the finish was great, but I think these are particularly more smooth and buttery than their traditional shimmers. This one I love too. This like brownish bronzy shade. So pretty. And check this one out. Like this olive toned situation. Really nice. If there was one piece from the Sephora and ColourPop collab that you would think or should think about picking up, it is the Semi Precious. And I believe, forgot how much this costs. I'll put it up on the screen if you're thinking about getting it. I'm sorry that this video didn't go up during the VIB sale. I was too busy shopping and being an idiot spending money, so that's why I didn't make a video during that time. I also managed to pick up some of their singles from the Sephora collection, and the one thing I was just floored by was their trio set of highlighters. This is in Wisp. And let me tell you, this highlighter on skin by itself without any foundation is beautiful. It was one of those days where I wanted a little glow, but I didn't want to do the full complexion routine. And I applied this with my fingers and the texture just melted into my skin. It gave that from within glow effect that's hard to find with highlighter these days because it's just the more metallic, the better. It's like, maybe not. It's like a champagne gold shade. It's so pretty and it applies effortlessly with your fingers. I know I have makeup on already, but just so you can see. It's hard to see because I have so much highlighter on already, but I love applying this on my skin and the way it gives off that glow is beautiful. Other one that I was surprised that I liked because it has glitter specks in it. It's called Over the Moon and it's a duochrome finish. It looks holographic in the pan and this is very My Little Pony. I mean, look at that. It has like that shift to it, but on the face it has that pink glitter. Thank goodness I'm not going out because I'm looking crazy. Just so you can see, I'm gonna blend that out, excuse me. It has that pink glitter, but I don't mind it because the effect it gives, it's so pretty. And if you have a gig and if you want to give those mermaid unicorn vibe looks with your makeup, then this will give it to you. Over the Moon will give you that effect. For sure. If I missed anything, let me know down below or just ask if I have it and I'll be more than happy to come here again and do a part 2 or just a ColourPop haul video so you can see all the swatches, all the products. I'll break it down a lot better, and I'll be more than happy to film a tutorial using one of the shadow palettes. Thank you friends so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here with another tutorial. Get ready with me, chit chat or review. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.